Here it is, Friday. I have a retreat tomorrow, and I'm supposed to be getting ready for planning out the day, sticking to my schedule. I typically keep a pretty strict schedule every day so I can get everything done that I need, and I'm just finding myself frozen today for a variety of reasons, and it reminds me why it is that I'm doing what I do. And I know some of you probably have seen in your news feeds the messages of rocker Chris Cornell's suicide and some of the events surrounding it. And as you know, you always hear, things, signs point in one direction. I know that's definitely happened for me in my life, and it's Mental Health Awareness Month. I'm putting on a retreat tomorrow. I'm reminded and reflected on my journey as to why I'm even doing this, and it filled me with a lot of emotion. And while I could sit back and just say nothing and pretend, everything's all great, when you hear news like that, I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's not why I'm doing what I do today. That's not what I vowed to do. The whole reason behind me starting this Fit, Fab, Fearless movement, helping other women, putting on this event, partly has to do with changing the mindset of others and the stigma that surrounds mental health. And it brought emotion to me. It brought tears. I broke down crying because I'm reading about this, remembering everything that I've been through over the past 30 years, if I want to be honest about it now, and the journey that I've really taken head on over the past 5. And so crying used to be a daily occurrence for me. Every single day, like clockwork. I would have no idea why. I would get up, and there would be a good 3-hour period I couldn't do anything, because all I was doing was hyperventilating, crying, frozen, asking myself, what's going on? Why do I feel like this? I have nothing to be upset about. And I'm going to post the article that I read, and that a friend posted a little bit that goes along with it, and talking about, Chris Cornell having everything, and that he had been taking Ativan for anxiety. And that reminded me that I'm actually celebrating my 1-year anniversary completely free from Ativan. I was prescribed to take it 3 times a day per the doctor's orders. I had to take a lot of different things starting over 5 years ago to start getting healthy, to be able to function. And I know a lot of people are faced with that, and they're going to refuse it, and they don't want to do it because we hear how bad prescription medication can be for us. And it is true. But it also can be worse if we don't get any help at all, and we ignore things. And sometimes we need to do certain things in order to get healthy again. So I don't know, maybe this will help you, maybe this will help someone you know, maybe this will help give you a different perspective, but sometimes the people like Chris Cornell or others that you see, we have no idea what's really going on and how much they're struggling and how much pain they've endured. And even like in his case, and I'm going to post that article for you because, man, it hit home for me about those thoughts that pop into your head. You see things that pop up in your Facebook feed and these messages. Well, I've experienced that same thing, these pop-up messages that luckily I've been strong enough to face head on and say, no, wait a minute, there's another way. But sometimes they pop up. They're there, these messages that come into your head, and you have a hard time controlling them. And sometimes we see these unhappy endings, and, we're faced hearing about drug abuse, addiction, suicide, all these things on a daily basis, and yet people still continue to not want to talk about it. And I'll tell you what, for women, it's even harder, and especially if you're a mom, because people think, oh, well, that's just part of life and that's just what you should do and you need to relinquish yourself and, you know, whatever, your mom duties kick in, blah, 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 whatever it is. But man, if someone was going through the same thing, having a heart problem, and all of a sudden they have a stroke, we just view that so differently than we do mental health issues and mental health disorders. And so as I sat here earlier today, feeling affected, feeling tears, feeling sadness, because I have mixed emotions for many reasons, putting on this retreat tomorrow to help impact the lives of more women, like I have for the past 8 weeks, seeing them grow, and then also being reminded of all of these things. 1 year breaking free from medication that I know a lot of people get addicted to, and I can see how easy it is. Hearing the news of Chris Cornell's suicide and all of the things surrounding that. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. So just like all the other signs in my life, I said, you know what? I can't just sit here and pretend and not talk about this, because this is why I do what I do. This is why I'm not teaching fitness classes. I'm not helping prepare people for sports and other things that I have all these credentials, all these certifications, and helped all these other people do to the highest level. Because I know there's something bigger. Helping women get their life back. Helping women overcome adversity. Helping women become happier and healthier. Living a life that maybe they just once dreamed about, helping them find their power and unleash their full potential. It's something bigger. And that's something we're going to face, you know, on a daily basis. And so life is tough for some of us. And so if you can't relate to that's good for you and that's awesome for you. But there's some people like me, like I was, trapped in their own personal prison, who are suffocating, who are drowning, and are just really trying to find that way to start digging themselves out. And so that's why I choose to share. That's why I choose to talk about it, because it might help someone else, because silence sure isn't going to help anyone. So anyway, I just felt that I needed to talk face to face, put it out there, and I'm going to talk with some women tomorrow on a deeper level too. And sometimes people are like, oh, everything's so deep, so heavy, so emotional. Well, those experiences, those emotions, that's what's made us who we are. That's what's helped us find our strength, find our power. And some of us can keep winning at the battle, and some of us, we're really struggling. And, you know, it can get better. There can be a happy ending. And then sometimes, unfortunately, like in hearing the news of Chris Cornell, even when things all seem good to go, it doesn't work that way. So we have to educate ourselves. We have to empower ourselves. We have to surround ourselves with the right people. And we do have to get help. We can't be stubborn. I was stubborn. I refused in the beginning. But then I had to make a choice. Am I going to spend 3 and 4 hours every day crying, trapped in my house, not leaving my house, not even able to go to the store, becoming dependent on having to take medication, not being able to sleep, mind racing 24/7, heart palpitations, nausea? But man, I with it being Mental Health Awareness Month, I've been there myself, and I've seen it with other family members, all the hoops you have to jump through to get help. And so I know firsthand how easy it is to slip through the cracks, to not get help, because it is so hard. But hey, if me getting on camera, talking to someone, helps them take that first step, or maybe just feel that they're not alone like I once did, hey, that's a win in my book. So you know what? That's why I don't really care what anybody else thinks. doesn't bother me. I've, gotten to that point because there's a greater good. We're all here to live an awesome life, and that's what it's all about, being healthy and happy. So anyway, I hope you read the article. I'm going to post it. It's so funny how the world works and how God works and points things all in one direction. So hopefully I can get over being emotional so I can get back to today's schedule of preparing for this awesome event I have tomorrow. But sometimes that's just not how it works out. Sometimes there's something a little bigger, a little more important. We have to learn to be flexible. Something I wasn't able to do a long time ago too tightly wound. So anyway, I hope you'll read the article. I hope you'll educate yourself some more. Reach out to somebody that needs help. And if you need help, reach out too. So please like this video, share this video if you think it would be beneficial to help someone, because silence doesn't help anybody. It really doesn't. And I need to share pieces and parts in hopes that it helps someone else get that help, so they stop struggling, so they stop feeling like they're drowning or worse, and live life, because you can. And I know that I'll have bumps in the roads again, but like I said, this month for me is actually a huge stepping stone, breaking free of Ativan, which, like I said, was sadly reminded that could have been involved in Chris Cornell's death. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine. Tell someone out there that you love them. And if you need something, man, do not be afraid to ask for help. That is not weak. That is strong. All right, have a good one.